Well, look at this. Overnight, if you were out last night or early this morning, you may have noticed beautiful Tower City in this gorgeous bright red hue. That is because today is National Go Red for Women Day. And we're lighting it up red,
Yes,
even our studio today. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women globally, of new moms, and is the leading cause of maternal death as well.
The Greater Cleveland Go Red mission is doing their part to save lives. Later this month, celebrating its 21st anniversary, and you are invited to celebrate. For more, we welcome Dr. Haitham Krasha of UH Harrington Heart Valve Institute, also Shelley Weber, Executive Director of the American Heart Association of Greater Cleveland. Dr. Krasha, we talk a lot about heart health. What is something that just to hit it home for everybody, something surprising that we might not know?
Sure. As Stephanie mentioned, heart disease is the #1 killer of women in the U.S. and worldwide. And heart disease kills more women than all cancer combined, including breast cancer.
Wow.
And historically, heart disease was tagged as a man's disease, but we know for sure now that women are affected as much as men.
And talk about, too, there's varying degrees. It's not always just heart attack. It's stroke, too, but it's also these different things that might be happening within a woman's heart, and she may not even know it.
Absolutely. So in terms of risk factors for women, first of all, we can kind of categorize them into two categories. First of all, postmenopausal women with hormonal changes. They are at increased risk of heart disease, and the risk just goes exponentially after menopause. And then women who are younger as well and are pregnant, for example, and have complications of pregnancy, such as diabetes, hypertension, preeclampsia, if you heard of that, they are at increased risk later in life of heart disease. And they should kind of be on top of it and see doctors as soon as possible, especially heart specialists.
Yeah. Shelley, as we talk about some of our Go Red for Women survivors, and we're seeing a lot of them here as a project you guys did recently. How are you getting the message out? We can all wear a color, you know, and help out as best we can, but there's got to be another way to kind of just make sure we really hit it home.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to awareness, right? Awareness is critical. So many risk factors of heart disease and stroke are self-modifiable. So just taking a moment to educate yourself, seeing your doctor, you know, go to your annual appointment, know those risk factors, put yourself first. A lot of women don't prioritize themselves. You know, as mentioned, women go through unique stages of life. 45% of women over the age of 20 are living with a form of cardiovascular disease. So I think the first step is just admitting and telling yourself that it can happen to you. And, you know, heart disease does not discriminate. So you need to just prioritize your health and make it make yourself #1.
Doing something like this is showing that unity with everybody.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and wearing red, of course, for the women we love and ourselves is a great way. It's a great way for people to ask, why are you in red, right? It starts the conversation. But there's so many things you could do, and you could go to the Heart Association's website, you know, getting your physical activity. There's recipes on there, just small steps that you can take to live a healthier life.
Well, we're looking at this beautiful group photo. I participated too over the years. You guys do such a great job here in Cleveland. It's always in Cleveland Magazine too. But I think what it shows is unity. Look at all of these people together, men and women, supporting each other. And Shelley, that's really what it's all about, because if a new mom or your grandmother or someone notices something, how many times do we say, I don't have time to have this checked out today. I have to pick up the kids from school. I have to do this or whatever. And you think, I'll just see what happens tonight and I'll check it out tomorrow. But we need to be each other's advocates too. And like you said, if you notice something, you've got to do it. But strength in numbers, encourage your girlfriends, all get things checked, or encourage the family members, men, and support the women in your lives and say, let's just get it checked out. I mean, because you can't wait for disaster to happen. And too many times we do.
Exactly. And if you are a survivor or you are going through something, it's okay to talk about it. I think there can be a stigma associated with, you know, feeling like you're unhealthy or you did something wrong that caused it, but it's totally normal. So share your story, inspires others, and people can support you, like you're saying, you know, on your journey to be healthier.
We're going to let you know about the Go Red for Women event. It's a 2025 Greater Cleveland Go Red for Women experience. It's Friday, February 21st. 10 until 2 over at the Huntington Convention Center, right at the Atrium Ballroom. And what kind of things are we going to see there when we go to this event?
Yeah, there's a health expo, so we'll have sponsors and vendors there. University Hospitals Harrington Heart and Vascular Institute is a lead presenting sponsor of the event. So they'll have lots of interactive booths to go learn more about ways to be healthy and interact with different physicians. We're also going to have a couple breakout sessions on women's health, which you're leading one of those, so thank you. And then of course our program will hear an inspiring story from a survivor, and everyone can just wear their red and have fun.
I love it. Doctor, real quick before we go, we need to know the symptoms and we're running out of time, but just if you could mention those for us all to be aware of.
Absolutely. Aside from chest pain that typically men experience, women experience atypical symptoms, including nausea, vomiting, fatigue, tiredness, sweating, some jaw pain. So women should be aware of those symptoms.
Even like back pain can be associated with that.
Absolutely. And as a parting message for women, know your numbers. Know your blood pressure numbers, know your cholesterol numbers, if you have diabetes or not. Those are all risk factors, and combined with the symptoms I've mentioned, that can be a red flag for heart disease.
Well, thank you both for going red for women today.
Yay!
Yeah.
Have a wonderful weekend. Loving the shoes. We both have hearts on our shoes that we wore today for you guys, right?
We hold mine
You
up,
have to show. Look at this. Loving it.
See? That's great.
We can still be fashionable and support our hearts.
We can.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you
for
both. We
having
appreciate
us.
it.
Thank you both.